Welcome, beautiful yogis. This is Love Your Life Yoga Blend. And tonight we're going to align the spine, power up the core, open the shoulders and hips, and end up feeling fabulous. So glad you're here and welcome back, some of you we haven't seen for a while. Make sure you've got your 2 blocks and strap and a blankie, and we'll begin lying on the back. So that lovely arriving where your spine can rest on the ground. If you've had a busy day, this is going to be a most delicious moment. Let it in, the feeling of arriving, the feeling of support. And to know that we are coming back to yoga. It feels it's been like a little while. As you tune into your inner state, noticing what is, allow it all to just be as it is, coming as we are to our practice, to our mat. Too hot, too cold, too tired, too busy. Let it all just flow through you. And now we unite our breath with a nose inhale. The rising, the expanding, the opening of your chest and the little holding moment. And the dandelion exhale through your pursed lips. As we did, nose in. It's a generous breath and begins at the bottom and rises to fullness, where we hover and savor the moment of fullness and blow it away. One more this way. Now as you breathe normally, bring your right knee into your chest, hold it with both hands. As we exhale, squeeze the thigh in and slide the left leg straight out on the mat, flexing the left foot. Relax the right foot as we inhale and begin to circle the right foot. Ready to exhale, reverse the circling of the right foot. Notice how your low back is pinned into the mat. Good, and then letting the foot release to ease. Attention to left leg. Enlivened left leg rises slowly on inhale and lowers on the exhale. And so these opening poses that call for our full attention, repeating the same move, bring us into embodiment. The feeling of being in a body, breathing and moving. One more, that left leg rises. And slowly lowers on exhale. Letting the left leg land now and relax. And as we release the right foot, let it stand on the left thigh and just gently begin to roll leftwards with your hips. And let your right arm and shoulder rest on the right side of your body. And now there's a softening of the limbs and a flowing of the breath, feeling how the breath can move into places we haven't noticed or felt today. And letting come into consciousness your body state, your mental state, coming into full acceptance of who you are in this moment. One more relaxed breath in this softened twist to the left. And now please come onto your back again, the right foot flat, sliding your left foot beside it. Centralize your sacrum. And now we'll draw the left knee in towards the chest. As we exhale, squeeze the left thigh in and slide the right leg vigorously straight on the mat. Feel the vigor in the right leg. The left foot is soft as we begin to circle it. The inhale goes the one way. And as you're ready to exhale, circle the other way. And as we complete that, your attention to the vigorous right leg, which now rises on inhale, long and straight. See, it needs a little effort here. Lifting that right leg to vertical and lowering it down, exhaling. Timing the movement with your breath, repeating it 2 more times. The last one, keeping your breathing and your movement nice and slow and deliberate. As the right leg lands, let it soften and relax. Ease your hands to place the left foot on the right thigh and that gentle roll of your hips to the right. Your whole body softened, at ease and relaxed. And fill the places with the breath, letting yourself be surprised, curious. This brand new moment. And often we don't realize how far away we've been from the body, how far away we have been from accepting the present moment exactly as it is. And how lovely it is to return here. Nice. As we complete this exhale, we roll onto the back again, letting the left foot come flat and the right foot next to it. And centralize your spine. Let's bring the palms flat underneath your low back and press the hollow of your back into the mat. Lift your head, tuck your chin, and now with the feet off the floor, bring your knees in and out, keeping the low back on the mat. Knees come in and feet go away. Try to keep that right angle behind your knees. Now we're coming into the core. It's quite vigorous. If it's a lot for your head, you could lie it down or bring one hand to hold it. But the main part of this is keeping the low back pinned to the ground. So don't let the arch in your lumbar spine come back. Keep it flattened into the mat. We've got 3 to go. Feet don't land, just a kind of rocking. Knees in, knees out. 2 to go. And as we complete, let your feet land, let your head lie down, and relax your limbs and your belly. And feel this moment. A little heat in the core muscles. Good. And so now with the feet parallel, palms near your feet, long straight arms. We're going to tuck the tail and lift the hips off the floor for a little bridge, inhaling and lowering back down on the exhale. Adding on the right arm, feet pressed down, tail curls, hips lift, right arm next to your ear as we look leftwards. Exhaling, calming back down, end of the breath. Rising again with the left arm lifting next to the ear and the head turning to the right. Mindful as we continue that the knees stay parallel and that the ball of the feet are pressing just as much as the heels. So we're aware of alignment. Keep going with this, nice and slow with your breath, alternating your arm, the hips continue the same action, and the head and the arm alternating directions. Coming to our last one, raise the arm with the hips and lower down. Good. Now as you land your hips, soften the buttocks, roll the arms open, spill the knees wide as we line up the feet for cobbler's pose. And just feel the echo, the reverberation of the previous poses. And how is it now? Now please bring your knees back up together and bring your low back into the mat flattened and both hands around your head. So we're cradling the head and we're doing little sit-ups. On the exhale, sitting up, bringing your right elbow to touch the left knee, which we bring in. So touch or approach. Going back on the inhale, and the exhale will be the left elbow reaching to the approaching right knee. Cross the midline and return. Inhale. Exhaling across. Staying with this. Let's do one more to each side. Curling up across the midline. And coming to our last one. Oh, nice, we get a little breather. Head rests down, hands on your belly. Cobbler's pose. Soften your limbs. Relaxed belly so the breath can go right in deeply. And lovely moment to blow the breath away. One more of those. Little cooling breath. Help your knees back up together. Parallel your feet. And now let's bring the left ankle across your right thigh for thread the needle. Holding that right thigh, bring it in. And with your left elbow, maneuver your left thigh, your knee, a little bit away. and feel the low back really pressing into the mat. And so that's so supportive to the core, and the core is so vital to every move we make. And this is why we mostly begin with these low back stretches, core empowerment. Now the right leg could straighten, inhale to the flexed foot. Exhale, bend the knee and soften the foot. Let's do that 2 more times. Right leg straightening and flexing, and then bending, softening. 1 more time, exactly that way. Good, and then feel free to do a few more of those, or try this. We're going to straighten the right leg and walk the hands up the leg and curl up any amount that you can as your arms walk up towards your ankle or your foot, tucked chin, and roll a little bit off your low back, off the floor, and lie it all back down. Good. So let your right foot come to the mat. Now cross your left thigh over your right and separate your shin bones and hold your ankles. So this is the reclining cow face shape. Good old stretch for the hip. And the conscious breath, and still the low back really pressing into the mat. There's no space between your thighs. And now release the ankles and bring them close together, shin bones close together, or wrap your ankle behind, your foot behind the ankle. We've got wrapped legs now. Cup your head again. Inhale your legs away and exhale, curl up, squeeze in. We've got 2 more. Curling up. And 1 more. Good. Rest your head down, unwind the legs, placing your feet parallel, sacrum at center. As we begin that same sequence now, with the right ankle across the left thigh, holding the left thigh, drawing it in, using the right elbow to press the thigh away, to feel what's here. And straightening and bending with the breath of your left leg. Inhale, extend and flex the foot. Exhale, bend that knee and relax the foot. 2 more. Now the optional straightening of the left leg, keeping it so, and send your hands up the leg, curl up towards the leg, and draw it all in close. Tuck chin. And release that. Head comes down. Now wrap your right thigh over your left. Hold your opposite ankles. And breathe here. Noticing if you pull your feet wider apart, you'll get a little bit more sensation in the hips. Nice. Let go of the ankles, wrap your shins, cradle your head. Little curl-ups. Exhale, knees to chest and chest to knees. Om 1. And Om 2. And 3. Head releases, legs undo. Coming to flat feet. Arms along your body. And we're going to come up to bridge pose to hold. If you're fatigued, you'll bring a block under your sacrum and rest that way in bridge, or press your feet down and lift your hips up and clasp hands or hold your mat. Parallel your feet. They could be slightly pigeon-toed, and then peel your toes away, spread them wide, working the ball of the feet, the outer edges of the feet, the ankles, and noticing how the arches are a little lifted here. Keep that as we bring the toes back down. Parallel knees, tuck tailbone, and smooth breaths. Finding calm and centeredness even as a lot of muscles are working. And move the arms out of the way. Slowly tuck the tail to lower your back to the mat and release and soften for a breath or two here. Good. So now bring your feet a little closer together. So this is an optional, little bit more challenging pose. And if the last one was challenging enough, you could repeat it or use the block. So we have options. So if you're going for the challenge, the feet are close together. Press them down, raise the hips, activate your arms as we did. And now press your right foot deeply into the mat and bring your left leg straight up into the air. And exhale, bend the knee and bring your foot down and share the weight. And then we'll shift all the weight into the left foot, take the right leg straight up and bring the leg back. Both feet now supporting you as we inhale, hips way high, remove the arms and exhale, lower down, and cobbler's pose, a little moment of deep ease. Nice. Please bring your knees together, hug them in, rock a little side to side, and then we're making our way to all fours with your blocks ready at the top of the mat. Good. So the blocks are there, but we won't use them just yet as we come into cow-cat. Good. Inhaling the arch. The exhale is the tail tucking under and rounding your spine, looking down. And the reverse for inhale. So find the cadence of your breath. Sync it up with your spine. Lovely. And this time as we exhale and round the back, squeeze your belly in. Come into the neutral back. Walk your hands a little bit forward, spreading the palms. Now curl your toes and listen carefully. Press into the ball of the feet and your hands and let your knees come off the floor just an inch or two. 3 breaths. On the next exhale, we'll bring the knees back down, uncurl the toes, ease your wrists a moment. And right leg parallel to the mat. Flexed foot. Long straight arms as we slide the left arm forward. Come to your breath. A fixed spot is good to help balance. And your navel is also a good place to tend. Good. Bring your left hand down to the mat. The right ball of the foot to the mat. Tip the heel so that your arch is lining up with your left foot. Shift your weight to the left hand and raise your right arm up and next to your ear. Right arm next to the ear, extend through the right flank. Yes, feel that length and the vigor in your arm. It's not just a floppy arm. You can give it a lot of vigor. Activate the core and raise your right leg parallel to the mat. So this is a blend. So some of you will stay or go back a step. See what you're up for today. Bend the right knee and catch the foot. Lovely. Let that right chest open. Good. Straighten out, reversing out. Bringing the right hand down, the hip down, and the right knee down. Good. Ease that left hand. And it's the left leg now, parallel to the mat. And the right arm forward. Here we focus on breath and our balance. Looking good, yogis. It's okay to teeter-totter. And now bring your right hand down, the ball of the left foot down. Tip the heel to the midline. Anchor the outer foot and bring your left arm up. We begin with it straight up, looking up at it. And then bring the arm closer to your left ear. Feel the opening of your left flank. And breathe into that. In any one of these steps you can stay. Or you can come along to the next one, which is raising that left leg. Half moon kneeling. And now adding the catching of your left foot or ankle. And we reverse out. Lowering the hand, the hip, and the knee. And ease your right wrist. And come down to your elbows, palms together. So we ease into the wrists that worked hard there. Looking at your your knees. And then we'll do the same thing that we did a moment ago. Curl the toes and raise the knees just a smidgen and hold it here. So now the core has to work. Breathing here. Forearms working. Upper arms, shoulders, core. And knees return down and release your toes. And wide-kneed child's pose. A little moment of ease as we sit back. You can have extended arms or support your brow. And fill your whole back with breath. And come back to fours. Now we'll use the blocks. The blocks lengthening the arms as we go a little deeper into hip opening. Raise your right knee. Lift your heart, breathe in, and bring your knee to your nose. Exhale, Squeeze your belly in twice more. One more. Stepping the right foot all the way through onto the mat. Good. Press the foot down and curl your back toe to straighten your back leg. If that feels too much, feel free to keep your back knee down. As we now take a breath in and exhale the hips back toward straightening the front leg. Inhale, lunging forward again. And exhaling, pull back. Let's do it one more time. Great. Bring the left knee down, uncurl the toes. Push away from the blocks, push down through the right foot to raise the arms up. The arms lift, a nice, lovely, celebratory reaching up. And then clasp the hands at your sacrum. As you straighten your arms, the shoulders, the collarbones widen, looking down. And then inhale, look up. Challenging balance, looking down. And one more time, steadying through the front foot. Nice. Undo the arms and inhale them overhead. And exhale your hands back to the blocks and draw your right leg back. Second side, left leg lifts. Inhale, take it up. Knee to nose around your back. Twice more. And this third one, we step through the option of straightening the back leg or keeping the knee down. Take a breath in, and now pull the hips back, straightening the front leg on the exhale. Inhale, the knee bends, the heart lifts, and exhale, draw your hips back. One more time. Good. Now as the foot comes down, bring your back knee down, release the toes, push away from the blocks to inhale the arms aloft, and circle your hands to clasp at your low back. Clasp one finger slot different. Open the heart as the shoulders pull back, and inhale your chin up, exhale your chin down. One more. Undo the arms as we sweep them up, and exhale, return to the blocks. And draw the left knee back. Blocks to the side. Let's take a downward dog. Feet are close together, hips are high. Now, any time that this feels too strong, just bring your knees down. You can also do it the way we just did. So here we go. The right leg lifts high. Inhale it high. Now bring the knee to your nose and your shoulders over wrists on one. And we do it again. And on two. And one more. And three. Place the right foot next to the left or the knee. And we take second side, left leg now, high up, inhale, knee to nose, exhale, strong in your core. Two to go. And now the left foot next to the right. 3 breaths in downward dog, lengthening through the underarms, letting your heart come through. When you're ready, you'll be in child's pose, where we'll all meet up in child's pose. A little moment of ease. Lovely, everyone. Coming back now to all fours. You can use your blocks. Lift your right knee behind. Inhale and step it through. Press down through the foot and raise your arms up, all the way up. Circle the arms back on the exhale, and now bring your left arm forward, hook it over the knee, turning to your right. Press the palms together as we turn to the right, little twist. Always so important to take care of yourself. Need a little break, hasn't quite healed. Just take that moment. Good, and relax, bringing your hands back to the blocks, and take the right leg back. We do the same now with the left leg lifted up. Step the foot through. Rise with the arms and circle them back and around. And now the right arm comes forward and hook the elbow over the left knee. Press your palms and turn left. And release back to the blocks and take your left leg back. Good. So blocks to the side. If you're not kneeling, you can come straight away to lie on your belly. If you're able to kneel, walk your knees back a little bit and raise both arms overhead. On the exhale, we're coming forward, palms as far as we can reach. Now bring your shoulders over your wrists and exhale all the way down onto the tummy. Pillow your brow and have a little breather here. Let your back relax. Shoulders drop down. Feel the breath. Now firming up your legs, bring them a little closer in. Press the pubis down, low belly down, and inhale your right leg just a few inches up off the mat. Exhale back down. Same with the left. Lift it up and lower it down. Now alternating, or take both legs up and lower down. So you're either alternating legs or doing the occasional both legs at the same time. Bringing this sequence to completion. To relax again, you might turn your head, adjust your elbows, and let it all just drop into the mat. All the tiredness, all the heat, all the effort. Please bring your forehead to center and clasp your hands at your low back. or use your strap to join your hands. Take the shoulder heads back, collarbones wide, and lift your chest off the mat, looking down. Keep your legs straight and your feet also pressing down. So the area of lift initiates low in the belly. Maybe you're just off the floor from your navel or your breast area. Just what's available. Grounding through the pubic bone and the top of the feet to get more lift. And the arms drawing you back. 3 more breaths. Filling your back. 2 more breaths. Best you can, your arms are straight. Yes. Now we come down and pillow your brow and relax your back completely. Yeah. Even as we stay relaxed here, bend your right knee out to the right, level with your hip. So there's a 90-degree angle behind your knee and your shin bone's most likely off your mat. Turn your face to the left and rest. And as you bring your right leg back in, adjust so you can bring your left knee out. Same angle, 90 degrees behind the knee in line with hip, and turn your head towards the right. Restful breaths. And now we bring the leg in, the brow to center, and the hands now right next to your ribs, pressing them very lightly down, traction them towards your waist so that your chest can lift up. This is a baby cobra. And now can you lift both legs? 3 breaths. It doesn't have to be high. But the hands are tractioning back, your legs are just off the mat, resting on your low belly, pubic bone. On the exhale, make a pillow to relax back down. Softening the squeeze out of the buttocks, rock your hips a little. And let the breath fill every nook and cranny. Good. One more time. The little cobra pose. You know that you can always stay as you are in the restful place. Otherwise, we've got the hands right next to the ribs, tractioning back, lifting the chest. The head isn't lifted. And then see if your both legs could lift up. And we're here for the 3 breaths. Beautiful. And back to the relaxed place. Pillow your brow. Ease your back and your buttocks. Good. And so now we'll go the hand position where it was, right next to your ribs. Curl your toes and press to the knees. And dip your seat back towards your heels, extended child's pose. Feels good. Take some long, deep breaths here. Just as far as you can. And if your knees are not wanting to do this, you could be in a downward dog. From here, let's all come to a downward dog and walk your feet to the forward end of the mat so that we are with parallel feet, little bend in the knees. Position your weight equally on the both feet and then clasp your hands at your sacrum. Same action with the collarbones and the shoulder heads drawing back. The knees are bent. And now see if you can straighten your arms, completely straighten your arms without hurting your shoulders, and bring the arms as far as they'll go overhead. Deep breaths right into the compression. Then we release the arms to the side. While we're down here, reach for your blocks and have them ready at the tall setting. And then straighten your arms on the tall blocks, walking your feet back enough so that we have a flat back position. Hands supported by the high blocks, feet close together. All the weight now on the right foot. Slide your left foot back and bring it parallel to the mat. A little bend in your standing leg is fine. Know that you can stay exactly as you are with the support of the both blocks, or the opposite arm, that would be the right arm, could reach forward. And again, as we did while we were kneeling, fixed gaze at a little spot, evening out your breathing. And return the hand and the foot back to the mat. A little bend in both knees, ease your standing haunch. And we now stand on the left foot, take the right leg parallel. The little bend in the standing leg is perfectly fine, just root that foot. And when you feel ready, the left arm could go forward. And this side might feel different. Most of us are a little asymmetrical by now. And coming back and down. Good. So walk it out a little bit. I'd like to do it again and give an optional add-on. Some of the options I'm giving I won't be doing myself, but some of you might want to give them a go. So we're on the blocks with the hands. We're going to take the left leg back again as we did. And now the right arm forward. It's a perfectly lovely place to be, or even hands on blocks. The possibility now of bending your left knee and reaching for the foot. You may or may not find that foot, and if you do, kick it up. Good, and reversing out as best you can. And the foot comes down and we walk it out again. So this blended class means that those of you going the gentle road will not be doing these big challenging ones. Right leg now parallel. Left arm forward. Good place to stay, or bend the knee and see if the foot's available for your left hand. Staying as you are. Looking good, everyone. Lovely, lovely try. Good. And
reverse out, and come on down. Walking out your feet. Good. So now we're getting ready to come up to stand. A little bend in the knees, root the feet, put the blocks to the side, roll on up to stand, and raise your arms overhead to prayer pose. Feeling what's here, standing tall. So now it's the left foot in front and the right foot back a little bit with squared hips. The left arm behind the back and the right arm inhales to the vertical line. Root your feet as we exhale the long right side forward. And we don't have a real destination, it's just when the breath runs out, we'll turn around and come back up. When we reach the top of the breath, hold that reach for just 1, 2 counts and exhale. Come forward, steadying your feet and ankles. And coming up again as you are ready. We hold a full breath in the reach for the sky and exhale forward. All the way up. The little hold in the reach. And then exhale, we'll step forward and come to prayer pose at the forward end of the mat and pause here, feeling the reverberations, the adjusting of the breath and the heartbeat. And we'll take a second side. So that would be the left foot stepping back and the right arm behind your back. So the right foot's in front, right arm's behind the back. And inhale as we root the feet, raise the left arm up. Little reach moment. Exhale long forward, coming to your steady ankles as far as the breath takes you. Inhale up. There's a little pause at the full reach here. Exhale forward. And again. Lovely little pause at the full reach. Exhale forward. And up we come. This time, step forward prayer pose. Root both your feet. Inhale both arms wide and up. And it's a forward bend, exhaling, hands to your shin bones. Remember, the legs don't have to be straight. Flat back, inhale. Good. Now exhale, your hands to the mat, walk your feet back, downward dog. On inhale, come to plank, lower all the way down to the mat. And then inhale, little cobra. Exhale, come back down, curl the toes. Go straight to downward dog or via your knees, dipping back. And then downward dog, where we stay for 3 breaths. As you exhale, begin your walk to the front of the mat, arriving here for the flat back inhale. Exhale, fold, and we'll come all the way up, arms overhead while breathing in, rooting the feet down, to lift up and prayer pose. Circle through again. Widen up come the arms. Forward bend, exhale. Looking good. Hands on shin for the halfway up. Exhaling into the downward dog. Inhale to plank to come all the way down to the mat. Little cobra, not too much arm strength. Lift your chest. Exhale, come on down, curl the toes and either through the knees or straight to downward dog. 3 breaths. Let the breaths be slow. And let everything come back into centeredness and harmony. Now we'll walk the feet to the front, to the flat back inhale, fold exhale, and all the way upright. Palms touch and come into the heart. Pause here. So as you check in here, I'd love you to make a decision whether you're going to have a little rest or do one more of these sun salutations. It's really important that you take care of yourself. We don't need to overheat or overdo. Good. So once you've made up your mind what's right for you, take a rest, or here we go. Arms widened up. Heart leads as we dive forward. Halfway up, breath in. Exhaling to downward dog. Inhale, come to plank. Lower down. And it's a little cobra just for a breath. Exhale, come on down, either to your knees or straight to downward dog, where we last for 3 breaths. And just checking in how you're doing. We'll walk to the front of the mat. Take that halfway up. Fold in. And come all the way up. Reach the arms overhead. And we come to prayer pose. Nice, everybody. So let's sit on 2 blocks or 1 block between your feet with your strap within reach. And we're sitting in the diamond shape, Vajrasana. And so I've got 2 blocks because my knees aren't really happy here. And I know some of you got some knee issues. You can sit with your legs extended, no worries, as this is largely about the shoulders too. We'll bring the strap across along your right shoulder, front to back. Raise the right arm and walk the hand down your back and bring your left arm up and hold hands or strap. And keep your head in line, upright. Lower the gaze. Tune into your inner body. Letting your exhalations grow longer. To know that you can stay exactly as you are, or inhale, lift your heart a bit, and exhale, strong core. Keep a hold of your hands or strap as we come forward without tipping, without coming off your blocks. Inhale, come back up. We'll do that for 2 more breath cycles. Heart lifts and then the forward fold. One more. And as we come back up, let go your strap, ease your hands, circle your shoulders. And we set up for second side. Front to back, left shoulder, left arm comes up to bend and go down the back. Coming up from the below. And catch where you can. And sit tall, inward attention, the long, slow breaths, where the exhale becomes longer than the in. To stay as you are, or for the next 3 exhales, there'll be a forward bend. So if you can, you'll have your knees fairly close together. Keep your butt on the block. And last one. Nice, everyone. We come up and free up your hands, circle your shoulders, moving the strap. Just one more little shoulder stretch. Clasp hands, bend your elbows so that you can bring your left wrist into your right waist and bring that right elbow in. Sit really tall and tilt your head towards the right. Relaxed breaths. Good, and so now we'll bring the head back to center, undo the hands, even give them a little shake. Clasp them again, and now tuck in to your left waist with your right hand and bring that left wing in, that elbow. Sit really tall. And now your head's going to tilt to the right. Inward attention, 3 breaths. Good, and bring your head up and release the hands and give them a little shake. Great. So, from here, let's come onto the back as we take an inversion. We'll need just 1 block under the low back for the elevated legs position using the block. Bringing that low block under your sacrum so that your back is comfy, your hips are raised, arms really close to your body so that there's a expanding through the collarbones and the ribs.
to stay with your knees bent, feet on the mat, or take them up into the air where they don't need to be stiff and straight. They can just be hanging. And you can let your eyes fall closed, knowing that all the effort now is over. Strongest poses, sun salutations, now cobra pose. We did some good ones for spinal adjustment. That we can rest in the breath, increasing the pauses at the top of the breath and at the bottom of the breath. And as we stay just a little longer, if that's feeling good, you might now segue into a few rounds of the square breath. So that would be in, pause, out, and pause, and in, resting in the fullness, breathing out, letting your mind dissolve into the emptiness. And one more round for the in. The pause. And the out. Completely relaxed on no breath. And now normal breath. Bending your knees and letting them find the ground. To move the block and lower your hips slightly right of center. Wrap the right leg over the left, and over we go with the wrapped legs, hips leftwards, and the upper body so at ease. The melting, the dissolving of all the effort, and the breath just breathing you. And now to come up and cross, hips a little left of center, left leg over right, and same pose now to the right. So relaxed, your limbs dissolving. And please bring your knees back up. Find the center line, get your props, whatever you love to use for final relaxation. Make your way into this completely relaxed state. where the ground holds you and you are breathed. Letting yourself go deep. Sense and feel your breathing. And as you breathe more intentionally, move your body a little bit. Of course, if you want to stay in the relaxed place, feel free to do that. Or you might just roll up onto your side, curl up small, and just drop into gratitude. And as you're ready, come on up to sit. So lovely to practice with you, beautiful yogis. Have a wonderful week, and namaste.